Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go!
Six!
It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Are you ready for something new? Willis Automotive has you covered with premium brands, trusted pre-owned vehicles, and service you can count on. Visit Willis Auto and schedule your test drive and get behind the wheel of confidence. Willis Automotive, powering the rush every morning. Hello, Ross Peterson.
I forgot to tell you, got the Jeep back.
You got the Jeep back.
I was at Willis Auto yesterday. Dude, I have had, we did, again, we never planned on how we're going to start the show here.
No, never.
I've had 1,000 questions going through my head that I was afraid to say out loud in fear that I would jinx what was happening. So took the Jeep into Willis. They diagnosed the problem. It was going to be a while. Again, my Jeep's 1,000 years old, so it was going to take a while for them to get what they needed. So they gave me a Volkswagen to drive around as a loaner vehicle, right?
Like a Tiguan or a car?
Teos? Something like that.
Okay.
Cool car. I mean, 2024 Volkswagen. It was a nice car to drive around. It wasn't the car that I had questions about. Travis, we had a snowstorm. And luckily I got through this. It's 4-wheel drive. I got through the snowstorm just fine. I was wondering things like, how often do people get in accidents in those cars?
Probably more than you think, and that's why you have insurance that covers said car.
Yep, it's how you get the loaner cars. You've got to have insurance. They give you the insurance card to keep, and they tell you, here's, can't take it out of state, don't go over so many miles, all this sort of thing, right? I drove past the speed light camera. I'm not much of a speeder, but I drove past one of those speed cameras, and I thought, man, I wonder how often people get speeding tickets in them, right? And then I got to thinking, I wonder what the most illegal thing. People had to have been pulled over in the loaner cars. And, did they ever have some guy get caught with
paraphernalia?
Riding dirty, right? I had all sorts of questions.
Well, here's what we need to do.
Okay,
we need to get Jason Willis on, and
I can
Josh.
Spoil it for you, because I did ask. As soon as I handed them the keys, I'm like, okay, I have 1,000 questions. I have 1,000 questions. How often do people get into wrecks in these things? And Dylan says, like, major wrecks? He says once, twice a year. I was like, I thought it'd be a lot more than that. And he goes, now, door dings, parking lot stuff, back into those things. He goes, that's a little bit more common, but not crazy. I was like, man, what about like the ticket thing? And he says, never seen the ticket thing happen.
Really? That kind of surprises me.
One of the other dudes is sitting in the office, right? And I'm like, what's the craziest thing? Have you ever had somebody that come back? Because again, man, I got 2 kids. I got a 9-year-old daughter. That car is lived in when I dropped it off, right?
And I'm like, what's?
I cleaned it.
Okay.
But Trav, not to their standards.
Not to detailed standards.
I apologized. When I dropped it off, I apologized. I'll tell you that. Okay. So I said, what's the crazy, like, if people brought these cars back trashed? Guy's like, yeah, we had one crazy thing happen one time. Like, a lady came and got, he's like, this was years ago. This was before Dylan got here. He's like, we had a lady come get a loaner car and told her the rules. Car doesn't go out of state. Car only goes over so many miles per day, right? And it's 200 miles per day is what they ask you to keep it under. Car came back, and the lady had, while she had the loaner, had gone out of town. Her son had taken it to Chicago. While in Chicago, got into some sort of scuffle, fight, kerfuffle. there were bullet holes in the car, and one of the windows was knocked out.
I bet Mom was real happy as
could
she had
you
to file the insurance
imagine
claim on that.
feeling?
Man.
Irish Hawk says he has a loaner right now, keeping me off the grid, he says. That's right. I was doing like 90 in that. I'm kidding.
I get nervous every time I get a loaner car.
I was super nervous.
Every time you get a loaner, because it's not your car. You know, and you're like, okay, I'm responsible for somebody else's car. If I get in a wreck or I do something, my insurance is going to have to cover it. I know it'll all work out in the end, but I still... I don't like having loaner cars. And you had yours a long time. Usually mine is a day or two because it doesn't take that long. You had a major repair that needed to be fixed on the Jeep, and you had it, God, I'd say almost 3 weeks, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, almost
Had
3
a while.
weeks. Wow. Is the Jeep running like new now?
Runs great. Good to be back in the saddle.
Good. And now you can live out of that car like it's your house.
Like I did, like I used to.
Yeah, you can have McDonald's wrappers in the back.
I got it. So this is and again, this isn't where we're planning on starting. And I apologize that I've hijacked this whole thing. I didn't tell you this either. So then yesterday I did get the chance. I got just in time. I get a chance to go pick. I was showing some houses to Hersom yesterday morning. Go to pick up the Jeep just in time to get to my appointment. Did I tell you I went out to Golf Tech?
Well, I knew they were talking to you about, hey, come out and get some golf lessons.
Yeah, so I went out and did like the swing evaluation thing. Have you ever done one of those?
No, because my swing is shitty anyway. I don't need somebody to say that I have a shitty swing. Tell me something I don't know.
Man, you know, and as I walked away, I thought, did Jay just do the stripper trick to me? Because I'll be honest, I went in there thinking the same thing, Trav. I went in there thinking, I have such a shit swing. What are you going to make out of this chicken scratch, right? And the very first swing I take, he goes, you know, you're more athletic than you give yourself credit for. You got a better swing than you think. And he like puts me up next to the what it's supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not. That's not as bad. Did he do the stripper trick where he told me he liked me? And I was like,
I think he did. Yeah. Did he say, give me a one? You got a pocket full of ones? Just slip it right inside my belt.
I will tell you what he did. That the best sales trick he had was that he had me take out my 7-iron and for about an hour I took some swings, not just driving range, sat there and bullshitted with him while I hit my 7-iron. I hit my 7-iron about one. I'm not a big hitter. I'm not a big hitter. Safe space for all you big hitters out there. I don't want you to think less of me when I say what I'm about to say.
Your 7-iron should have went 165 to 170. I'm just saying that's what I'm guessing that your 7-iron went. About 165, 170?
We're not going to say the distance that I hit my 7-iron traditionally. And we're not going to say the distance because I told Jay, I said, this is what I traditionally hit it. X is what I'm going to use now.
You should be hitting your 8-iron about 145, your 9-iron between 125, 130, maybe a little bit more. Pitching
I know my distances, okay? I know my distances. And that's the beautiful part about my game is that I know my distances. And if you say, hey, Ross, what club are you using here? I'm going to say, I'm using my 150-yard club. I'm not going to tell you what club I'm hitting.
All I hear you saying is, it's my truth. It's my truth. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Ross saying, this is my truth.
So anyway, I told him the number that I hit my 7-iron, which is not very far. And within the hour of him adjusting a few things and getting my arms, I was hitting it 30 yards further.
Look at you.
With and I'm not kidding, with less effort. So anyway,
slower swing,
just
coming through with the hips.
And I'll be honest. Courtney makes fun of me for not being flexible because I hate stretching so much.
Yeah, but
I realize I got a really far back. I bend a lot. I'm a bendy, so maybe I hate stretching because I'm just naturally flexible. Maybe that's why. I bet that's why I hate stretching, because I'm just naturally bendy so much. Like Bo Jackson used to hate practice because he was so good.
Don't tell me they like put you like on the video screen and compared you to Tiger Woods and said, "Look, you're not far off from Tiger."
Not Tiger Woods. No, Zach Johnson.
Oh, look, you're very close to Zach Johnson's swing. You could be like Zach Johnson.
It wasn't.
You come back to Golf Tech, and you could be Zach Johnson by the time you hit your first tee in the spring.
It was a cool experience, I'll tell you that. And I just got the one time, you know what I mean? The idea of going there is that you go and you commit to a little bit more, and then they actually get you into equipment and sizing you up for stuff.
Did you try to sell you new clubs or anything?
No, nothing. Didn't try to sell me any. I mean, explain to me the program, explain to me what they do, because they have like they have a deal that you can do for basically a year. Some of their stuff lasts a year. And some of it is like be there do something every week for a year. Now, that stuff, obviously, that's pricey, but man, by the end of that, then that's when you're doing like club fittings and stuff like that. It was a really cool experience. I enjoyed it.
What I need to do is just go down to the golf simulator in the office and just, use the driving range on a regular basis and try to self-correct myself.
And that was part of my no at the end of the sales pitch to Jay. I was like, dude, I've got a golf simulator at the office that I don't use. I could go up there anytime, any day. I could at 8:30 every day. I could tee off on Pebble Beach if I wanted to. Why don't you? Life.
Because you're a busy man. You got stuff to do.
I
you
got
got a
laundry
family.
and I got laundry and dishes and.
I got laundry to do and wait for Courtney to fold it. That's what I got to do.
Stop it! I've been folding my own laundry. That was like a one-time. So it's happened a few times.
Okay, it's like a one-time. Okay, maybe it happened 3 or 4 times, but I'm starting to fold my own laundry.
That was a one-time. That's an occasional deal. Okay, that's not an all the time. She likes folding laundry. She's told me so.
Yeah, because she wants to keep you organized because you're a scatterbrain.
I am the splatter paint to her spreadsheet. Heard that from a couple one time that I was helping buy a house. The lady was like, I'm too scatterbrained, so luckily he's spreadsheet, and that works out for us. I'm like,
spreadsheets, really spreadsheets frustrate me. One of my coworkers, have you ever been sitting there building a spreadsheet and get confused? I've said, you lost me at spreadsheet. I don't know how to do all the formulas. Like Owen is a spreadsheet guy. He knows how to formalize Excel and all this stuff. I don't understand it. I'm like, just give me a calculator. I don't know. Just let me input numbers and let it do it by itself. Don't have me create the formulas because I don't know how that's going to happen.
I love that's one of those. I could have answered that question halfway through it. Have you ever been working on a spreadsheet when? No.
No,
no,
never,
never,
ever. Never.
Have you ever created a PowerPoint and had, nope, I'm out?
Yeah, I have my graphic artist create the PowerPoint. I say, hey, I need a PowerPoint. Could you create this for me? Oh, you will? Thank you very much. I appreciate that because you're going to make it look a lot better than I do.
I can help you with Microsoft Word. You got any questions about Microsoft Word? And I can help you compose an email and find a website.
Yeah. And you really probably can't help with Microsoft Word. You can bring up a document and start typing. I bet you can't do all the...
Control-C is copy.
Yes. Control-V is paste.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, this next subject, we're going to need some audience participation, whether that's in the chat or we would really like to talk to somebody.
I see the guy that I think is going to be our expert. He just chimed in on one of the things. So this is not about weed.
It's not about weed.
Not about weed.
It's about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay. 515-517-2303.
We're going to title this next 10 minutes, What the fuck is Bitcoin?
So, I own a little Bitcoin, and I have it in a Coinbase thing that Ross tried to get me into a couple years ago. I haven't touched it.
Hold on. Several things you just unlocked. What do you mean Ross tried to get you into it? I got you into that. I closed that deal.
Yeah.
I got you into it.
I bought $100 worth of Bitcoin. It's worth like $400 now.
See, and what kind of and you know what I get? You know what I get? I get blamed. Guys got $300 in the bank because of me. 300 big ones.
So right before we go on the air, Ross is like, oh, Bitcoin mining consumes 1.9 million more times power than your average home.
It's
or something
this
like
is
that.
this is from what's the SAN? Straight Arrow News. This is from SAN.com. Texas crypto mines consumed more power than 1 million homes.
So that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. And it's gone.
And it's gone. We're going to put some money in over here, and it's gone.
Our question was this. What is Bitcoin mining? I don't know what Bitcoin mining is. And now Ross has found a contraption that you like hook up to your computer or you hook up to your phone, and it like does the mining for you
24/7. I could get you one, Travis, that has 32 5-star reviews for 32 different 5-star reviews for $55. Works 24/7. You plug it in and it just sits there and mines Bitcoin for you. So my question is, what does that mean?
Are we talking like panning for gold at this point? Are we looking for like little gold flakes and say, hey, look what I found? There's just empty Bitcoin laying around that you can just go find? Hey, look, here's a Bitcoin. I found it. It's not laying on the ground. It's laying somewhere in the internet. Who loses a Bitcoin?
I don't understand, Travis. You're asking, these are the questions we want to know. Again, 515-517-2303. And then again, just between you and me, okay? It's just between you and me. I don't want other people to hear this. Why is it that when somebody tries to tell you about Bitcoin, it's usually somebody you wouldn't take advice from?
It's a good point. My brother-in-law tried to tell me about Bitcoin. I love my brother-in-law, but I'm like, you also don't think that Kennedy was shot by Lee Harvey Oswald, and you've done ghost hunting shows. Love my brother-in-law, but it's like I love your brother-in-law because he and I are very similar. Yeah,
we have great
conspiracy
conversations.
Yeah,
I love him.
He loves it when you're around because you give him the time of day.
Yeah. Why is it always guys like me that are like, let me tell you about Bitcoin? And by the way, have you looked up and seen the planes with... Why is it always that guy? Have you really thought about the moon landing? I mean, how did we go live around the world in 1960?
It was you who told me about Bitcoin.
I'm telling you. I've told you this. I've got I have 3 uncles on my mom's side. One of my uncles passed away. My Aunt Debbie remarried. The guy she remarried, I refer to as Uncle Mike, but his name is Mike McGuire. Brilliant guy, but eccentric. Like every time I've been around Mike, he owns a different business. You know what I mean? And he's always creating something new and going on to the next thing. He's the first dude I ever knew that told me about pickleball. You know what I mean? Like
he was on the pickleball bandwagon
dude,
way before everybody else was on
pickleball. He's like a pickleball. He like trains people how to play pickleball. You know what I mean?
He invented the pickleball paddle.
He was the first guy that told me about the weather modification station up in Alaska. It's that guy. He's the same dude that handed me a pamphlet. I wish I could find it. 10 years ago. And it was called, little tiny pamphlet. It was called, What the Fuck is Bitcoin? And it explained the blockchain, but I still don't understand.
Okay, do you know what a blockchain is? Because I don't.
The blockchain, I'm going to try. I'll give you a whirl here for a couple minutes, okay? The blockchain is essentially a public accounting of all the dollars. The blockchain is all of these different computers that communicate with each other on a network that are always reminding each other of the history of all of these transactions. So they're therefore creating some sort of accountability and redundancy that all of these different computers are working together on the same network to account for all of this stuff. That is essentially the blockchain. And then from that, you get different things like Bitcoin, which is one cryptocurrency. You get all sorts of
we could
different.
start like a Rush Radio Bitcoin, right? We could create our own cryptocurrency.
Oh, we could pump and dump. You want to pump and dump?
No, because Hawk Tua did that, right? Didn't she pump and dump?
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got taken advantage of because she wasn't smart enough to do that on her own. Somebody came to her with
I don't know enough about it to, again, I don't know. I know that it's always the dude that showed up stoned to Spanish class in high school that's telling me about Bitcoin.
And why did he show up stoned to Spanish? Because he was bored. He was so smart. The stoners that I went to high school with were the smartest people I knew.
Absolutely.
But they were just bored.
Same guy that told you to listen to Dark Side of the Moon while you're watching Wizard of Oz is the same guy that told you to buy Bitcoin.
But now I can get a Bitcoin miner for $54.95. All that, to me, that screams deer whistle. You remember those plastic little things you'd put on the front of your car that you were convinced you were never going to hit a deer with a deer whistle? Or what was that other infomercial? The Turbo Flux? You remember that where you took this contraption and you put it like in the airflow and it guaranteed to give you like 5 to 10 more miles per gallon? You're like, we're going to save you miles per gallon. We're going to save you gas.
I see Turbo Flux is a song by Arno Hagenars, but I don't know. But I don't know what the Turbo Flux is.
I just made the name up, but I remember there was an infomercial where you would undo like the airflow hose, you'd put this contraption in there, and they're like, we're gonna save you. You're gonna get 10, 20 more miles per gallon. Your car's gonna be much more efficient.
Huh?
It didn't work. Didn't work at all.
Piece of plastic you put in your muffler.
Yeah. Banana in the tailpipe.
I'm falling from no banana in the tailpipe.
Oh, we got people. Did we miss something? No, you haven't missed something. We haven't got to our daily. We had a pretty big rundown, but
Travis had a huge rundown. I'm sorry. Again, I hijacked everything this morning with nonsense.
Yeah, but it's fine. We like nonsense. I like nonsense. I thrive off nonsense.
It helps me get my brain going in the morning.
Yes. You have to understand.
Are we going to talk about the Indiana Bears?
I've got a conspiracy on that yet too.
Do you really?
So if you haven't heard, the stadium mess in Chicago is just that. It's a mess. They bought the land at Arlington Park where we thought they were going to build a stadium. They came out and said they were going to build a stadium, and then lo and behold, they can't come to an agreement on what property taxes are going to be. Kind of like, what's that sports complex? Is it in Waukee or Norwalk that is like borderline bankrupt because they weren't prepared for the property tax bill that got hit?
I didn't even see this thing.
But so they're like, okay, we can't come to an agreement. So then they started finding some property on the shore, on the lake, and they can't come to an agreement when it comes to infrastructure. And infrastructure is important. There needs to be some private-public money in here, right? I mean, I understand that people are like, we can't afford a stadium, but if you want roads and stuff like that, I mean, the city benefits from that. So I'm in support of infrastructure improvements by the government, but they can't come to an agreement around that because it's going to be about $1 billion. The Bears' lease at Soldier Field runs out in 2033. We're in 2025. That seems like a long time away. It's not when it comes to building a $5 billion stadium. It takes time to do this stuff. So now Kevin Warren sent out a letter to Bears fans yesterday saying, we're still looking for a new stadium site. We're gonna scan the area, and that includes Northwest Indiana. And people are like, what? The Indiana Bears? I got one for you, Ross. How about this? You know who's sitting there waiting for an NFL team? It's St. Louis.
No.
Why not? Why not go, hey, we're going to just go. It's bad enough they threw Northwest Indiana in there. Why don't you go, hey, St. Louis isn't that far. We could go play in the Dome until they build this new stadium. And if you don't think St. Louis would build them a new stadium to get an NFL team back after the Cardinals and the Rams left, St. Louis is dying for football. dying for football. I can't imagine Chicago without a team.
Is this all just
theater, as you like to say?
Thank you.
Theater.
There you go. So yeah. Thanks. I appreciate. Yeah, that's.
But
is
let's
this all
bring
just theater? Aren't they just doing this because they want to stay in Chicago, right?
Let's bring this closer to home, right? I mean, look at that soccer stadium that the Krauses have been trying to get built for, what, 5 years? 6 years? Downtown? Is that thing finally going to happen? They're trying to come to an agreement on, who's going to pay for what.
Dude, is it going to happen is the great question. You know how many times I've had people, and then I'm not talking about Bruno necessarily, because Bruno's been pretty good about saying, man, I don't know. I've had people tell me, oh, yeah, the stadium, it's going up. Hell, they're already booking events for it. Which one?
You got a really nice brand new stadium over at MediaCom Stadium at Drake. It's a beautiful stadium. But the Bears don't want to play at Soldier Field. They have, 8 years left to make something happen. It takes a while to get this stuff off the ground.
We have 8 years. So what, Travis? So give us the time frame. When would be like the deadline? They've got to have things in place within 5 years?
You better break ground. Well, they wanted to break ground in 2025. You still have a little bit of time. If your lease runs out in 2033, look at a stadium project as probably a 3.5 year project.
Okay.
If everything goes right. Chicago's a bigger union town. There's more regulations. Stuff like that happens. I would give yourself 4 years. I mean, how long till the A's move into their new stadium in Las Vegas? That's still, I think they're 2 more years in, are they in Fresno or Sacramento, wherever they're playing? But you own this property in Arlington Heights for $197 million, which is the perfect place to put it. But the city and the team can't come to an agreement on property taxes. If I'm Arlington Heights, I'm like, they're going to, and here's why you deal on property taxes. Because you say, look at all the people they're going to bring to Arlington Heights. Look at what that infrastructure will do for said city. You will benefit financially from it.
It changes your city.
It's just a mess. What's that?
Changes your city.
It does.
Completely. You're a completely different city from that point on.
100%.
Let's see. I saw this one. Oh, you're going to take a break. I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm going to take a break.
Driftless Iowan said, Gary's the equivalent to East Des Moines or Oskaloosa. What's he mean? College town?
Yeah, Grandview, William Penn. Hey, if you're looking for a local full-service jeweler, you can find Fiscus Jewelers in Ankeny at 1701 Southeast Delaware, Suite 250. They've got custom design for you, engagement and bridal, platinum, 18 karat, 14 karat, all made in the USA with certified center stones. They also give you repairs, sizing, stone resetting, chain repair, retipping, pearl restringing, appraisals. It's Fiscus Jewelers, open Monday through Saturday. Go to fiscusjewelers.com. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Get ready, Des Moines. College basketball is heating up at Casey Center. On December 20th, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Bucknell Bison in a non-conference showdown you won't want to miss. Presented by Casey's. Feel the action. Hear the roar. Be there as the new-look Hawkeyes bring the intensity to the capital city. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at HyVeeTix.com and be part of the excitement on December 20th. Iowa versus Bucknell, presented by Casey's. December 20th, only at Casey Center. Be there.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage, and that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, my name is Joe Moore, and I'm with Willis Nissan Parts and Service Department. Christmas will be here before you know it, and that means it's time for travel. Now it's time to get your car winter and road ready here at Willis Nissan. For the month of December, we're offering 10% off all your accessories for your car. Perfect for a Christmas gift. Call or go online to willisnissan.com to schedule your service or accessory installation today. Merry Christmas from Willis Nissan Parts and Service Departments.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hey, a reminder to pump it up with unleaded 88. It's grown by corn farmers right here in the state of Iowa, so pump it up with unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org to learn more. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. 515-517-2303 is the number to call. My name's Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. Yesterday on the Rush Radio Show, we had Scott Strohmeyer on with us. He was the head coach, or is the head coach, of the Iowa Western Reavers. They played last night for the Junior College National Championship. They took on Hutchinson Junior College, and we encourage everybody to watch the game. It was on ESPNU. Ross, I don't know if you got a chance to watch it or not, but Iowa Western, your 2025 Junior College Division I National Champions.
28-10 final?
28-10, yeah. They fell behind 10-0. Right away, you're like, oh my God, Hutch beat them earlier in the year. It's going to be another disappointing game, and then that defense was nasty. They had 9 sacks last night. 9 sacks Iowa Western did. Are you ready for this? They threw this stat out there in the middle of the game. They ended the season with 75 sacks. 75 sacks. Now, I'm not saying every opponent you play is great, but they played some pretty good teams.
So what's that, in 13 games?
Yes. 13 games, 75 sacks, including 9 in the national championship game.
In 13 games, that's 5 a game? Am I
That's
crazy?
a lot.
6 a game?
That's a lot.
It's 6 a game, something like that. Close to 6. 5.7. Damn, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they just buckled down. They scored 28 unanswered points.
The impressive part of this, Travis, is remember when we talked to him, it wasn't just earlier this year. It's not just last year's national championship. Like for years, these two programs have played 5 in the last 5 games they've played. All 5 games have been a 1-possession game that came down to the wire. Not just a 17-point game where a team scores a touchdown at the end of the game, or a 10-point game where a touchdown team scores a touchdown to make it a 3-point game. These were close games that were decided in the last minutes. That's a great win. Congratulations to Coach on the national championship.
409 yards of total offense. They really opened up the rushing game in the second half. They had a big running back. I forget his name, but a big running back just kind of ran over somebody. I saw something last night twice that I haven't seen in a college football game, and I've always wondered why it wasn't called more. Now, how many times have you seen, Ross, in an NFL game, a college game, even a high school game, you have a running back that stiff arms, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes that stiff arm is on the
face
mask. There was 2 offensive face masks on the running back last night. I was like,
man,
I've never seen that called.
Because isn't it all about if they grab?
Yeah,
you can do that, right? But
I think so.
I don't see that very often.
Yeah, that was. I'm like, huh. I saw it once. I'm like, that was weird. Then moments later, later on, I'm like, they called it again.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, I'm stiff arming. Yeah, but you're grabbing the face mask. You can't grab the face mask. The cool part about watching that game, these guys aren't household names. They want to be household names. But there was a defensive player from Iowa Western that they kept saying, hey, he's going to Iowa State. So you watched some future Cyclones last night. They were talking about, a lot of them had committed to Louisiana Monroe. You got some MAC schools in there, some Sunbelt schools, but also, Ross, we always think that junior college guys and guys that go are guys that, hey, you're coming out of high school. You want to play that Division I level, but you're not quite there yet. So you're going to go play JUCO and get built up. There were a lot of players from both Hutchinson and Iowa Western last night that started their careers. I think there was one that started at Oklahoma State, another one that started. So they went into the transfer portal. They didn't go to another Division I school. They said, hey, I'm going to go get some playing time at Iowa Western and prove my worthiness there. I was surprised how many Division I guys started Division I and said, hey,
yeah,
I redshirted or I'm not quite good enough and I know it. I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah.
Go to a JUCO and play there.
Trav, that's there have been a couple of Grandview wrestlers that did that.
Yeah.
Eric Thompson is one that comes to mind. He was one of the first, and not the first, but I think Matt Burns, real name, by the way, real wrestler, Hall of Famer, Matt Burns. He was the first, I think, great Grandview wrestler, national champion. I mean, there are a lot of great ones. Eric Thompson was amazing. And he was a heavyweight. He had started at Iowa State. And then, remember when we had Coach Mitchell on, I actually asked about Eric.
Yeah.
And he talked about how basically Iowa State, it wasn't a good fit. And so he just went back home. He went back to wherever he grew up in rural Iowa and went back home and was going to be, have a life in rural Iowa. And Nick called him and said, you should come to Grandview and wrestle here. And now he's one of the assistant wrestling coaches at Arizona State.
Oh, really?
He was like a 3-time national champion. He was incredible.
He dominated, right?
Incredible. And that's so they can get those athletes that are going the other direction and help them change that direction also. That's pretty cool. I would have made the same assumption, dude. Thought all those kids were. I loved the conversation with Coach was really interesting yesterday, Travis, about 17 years is a long time. He has seen such an evolution at that level.
Yes.
Where it used to be the guys that were like, all right, he nailed it. What's your ACT? I got a 16 on my ACT. You got to head west. You can't go to East Iowa City or North Ames. You can't even go northeast of you and I. You got to go west and get it right. What's the one over? God, man, I'm such an idiot. Kirkwood is the one over there by Iowa City. For several years, it felt that was kind of like the joke there, right?
Yeah.
I almost went to Iowa City.
Is Ellsworth still have a junior college program?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
And I know Iowa Central and Fort Dodge still has a football team. But Iowa Western just dominates. This is their third national title in the last 4 years. Their fourth overall. And again, they continue to just pump out Division I players left and right. And I know a lot of people don't follow JUCO ball and probably not that interested in it, but it's still big for the state. And we all watch Last Chance U. If you're a sports fan, Buddy Stevens in East Mississippi kind of got us into that JUCO mindset, right? You're like, oh my God, look, and these guys that wanted to go to Ole Miss, LSU, Auburn, we saw that. And I asked Coach Strohmeyer when he was on my podcast, I said, hey, were you ever approached by Last Chance U? And he goes, we were. And he goes, I wanted nothing to do with it because I don't have the dysfunction that Independence had. I didn't have the dysfunction that East Mississippi did, and I don't want to create dysfunction just for the theatrics of creating dysfunction. I run a program here with a culture, and that's what I'm not going to bend just to create unnecessary drama no kidding. But yeah,
and if you didn't have the unnecessary drama, they'd create it, and that what does that do? That ruins culture. You know where I think, and I've said this before, man. Do you know where would be a good documentary? Would be at like the Iowa Barnstormers level to document what's it like to be a part-time football player.
Yeah.
In a community that you're not familiar with, or that, I mean, and then what's it like in the office of that?
And holding on to the dream of, maybe I could have a Kurt Warner like strike it rich, strike it luck.
Exactly right. It's what. Speaking of documentaries, we've always joked about Central City. I still haven't sent you the commercial yet, have I?
No, Brian sent them to me. I've seen both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I think they start running on this show next week.
I've only seen one of them. So see, now you're ahead of me.
I've got two of them. I've got two of them.
I didn't even get them from Brian. I got them from
Campaign.
No, I got them from one of the stars of the
Bruno. Was it Bruno?
Bruno probably sent me it. I got it from a couple different. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I know a lot of people behind this.
Yes, you do. You because you know why? You're somebody.
I'm
are somebody.
I'm not sure who, but I'm that guy. I'm the dude pretending to be another dude.
I did, while Iowa Western was playing last night, I texted Joe Woodley, and I said, hey, we had Coach Strohmeyer on today, and we brought you up and kind of your relationship. And Joe did say, he goes, he's one of the best dudes, and he took care of us at Grandview. He goes, a lot of Grandview guys were Iowa Western guys that came and made a big difference at Grandview. And he actually said this. He goes, if you want to know something, and I hope I'm not relaying something I wasn't supposed to, he just said,
here we go.
No, because it was actually a compliment. He goes, he actually has the best setup any coach could want. From a quality of life and coaching standpoint, he goes, that's like the best thing you could have. He goes, I go, why has he been there 17 years? Because life's good. He's got that work-life balance. It's one of those things. But he goes, you don't have the pressure of win all the time.
Yeah.
Well, but, winning 3 national titles in 4 years will put the pressure on. They expect you to be competitive. But he just said, you stay someplace because you're like, I'm happy. He's not chasing money. He's not chasing, a big school. He's just like, I'm happy.
I imagine the stuff with his daughter played a big
absolutely
role in that. Dude, can you imagine if this were at a higher level? Guy loses his daughter in, what was it, May?
Yeah. She was a week out from having a kidney transplant.
Yep.
I mean, to me, like Tom Rinaldi needs to go in and do a story on Scott Strohmeyer.
How were they? Probably were. Maybe there will be something, but yeah, happy for him. What an awesome day to be able to walk away with it. We should maybe have him on to talk about that too. The difference of winning it last minute, or the difference of that, because they knew going into the fourth quarter. Didn't know. Knew they're up against a tough opponent.
Yeah.
Couple minutes remaining in that game, you're going to win. Anyway, all right.
Speaking of national titles, there is still one more Iowa team playing for a national title. Again, a smaller level. Your defending national champion Grandview will take on Kaiser, I believe, on Saturday. It's a rematch of last year's national championship game. My alma mater. Ross used to do play-by-play for Grandview. They've kept the ball rolling. Grandview ranked number 1 in the country, so they're playing on Saturday. Is that game on TV? Is that do they not put NAIA stuff on TV?
Dude, I've watched them in my car. Like driving home from Wisconsin. I don't mean driving. I was in the back seat. I remember one time. So you can get them. I know that. Let me see if I can find it. Okay.
Might be a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have to purchase, something on an app just to be able to watch
purchase. I'll reach out to Plumber and ask him. Airs for free on the Urban Edge Network and the NAIA Network. So you got to go to their website, naia.org/watch. If you have a smart TV, your app is Urban Edge Network.
Because you did play-by-play for the first national. Did they win the year you did it, or did they lose?
Trav, I'd have to go back and remember. The year that they won the national championship, I did a couple of games for them and then did all the playoffs and did the national championship. And then I feel like I did the play-by-play for them the following year for every game. I don't remember how exactly that worked. I mean, I helped out as often as I could. I still do. I called a wrestling meet for them a couple weeks ago. I love helping out at Grandview. It's awesome people. I'll reach out to Plumber and ask him if there's a better way, or what we're doing here. Okay.
By the way, I guess Captain Roy's is doing a watch party on Saturday for the Grandview game. So if you want to go hang out with Viking fans,
very, very cool. All right.
Yeah. Ross, you and I juggle a couple things, right? We do this from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. We go do our real jobs, and we regather and rinse and repeat and do it every single day. Doug Gottlieb, when he got the Wisconsin Green Bay job, it was weird that he kept his Fox Sports radio gig. Does he even air in Des Moines?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I have no idea. And, earlier in the year, they blew like a 12-point lead with 3 minutes to go. He had a meltdown. He threw a chair. There was a video of him and his athletic director kind of getting into it during practice. That kind of leaked out. Well, Green Bay has gone on to win 5 of its last 7 games. And Gottlieb announced last night that he is going to step away from his radio show. And this makes sense to me. I mean, we have full-time jobs. Yes, but lucky enough, we do this early in the morning that, I'm to work by 8:30, and it's not like my day is shifted. Being a college basketball coach of a Division I school is completely different than what we do full time, right? And I've always wondered, how do you juggle doing are you ready for that? He missed a flight the other day. He missed a flight with his team because he was doing his radio show. If you're a player, you're like, what? Where's Coach? He's doing his radio show. And he had to take his own. Wouldn't you be like, what's going on here?
What's your priorities? Well,
yeah,
that shows.
Yeah.
I same with you, Travis. When this was announced, I remember thinking, this is a recipe for disaster. I mean, it's not that what we do here or what Doug Gottlieb does, which is, by the way, is at a completely different level than what we do, right? That it takes time. It takes time. There's a commitment to that. There's resources behind it, especially if you're with what he's been doing and traveling around and stuff. Anyway, being a college basketball coach, I don't even want to say a Division I. At any level.
Good point. Good point. At any level.
Dennis Schaefer over at Grandview. That man, he's a basketball coach. I mean, he's got, again, good work-life balance, right? You're working your ass off all the time. And
you're scouting, you're doing scouting reports, you're recruiting. It's nonstop.
Yep.
I mean, a national radio show, the prep for that, you just don't sit down and start talking. Believe it or not, I know a lot of people think we just sit down and start talking.
Some of the stuff we do is bullshit. The first thing that we did there,
But we put prep into to what we do. I mean, we've got a full sheet right here. I send you a sheet every morning.
You do?
I mean, you didn't see it? Yeah, I emailed it to you. But you do have to prioritize. I wasn't supposed to be here today, right? I understand that if my job says, hey, you got to be here, I can't do this show. Luckily enough, we have Justin who's ready to step in. But you understand, and if you have to do something for real estate, we have to adjust because that's what we do full time. If we could do this full time, we'd love to do it full time. We're just not. We're not there yet. We weren't even there at iHeart.
How long has he been the coach at Green Bay?
This is his second year. So
second
they were
year? Okay.
Yeah, they won 4 games last year, and they've already won. They've won 5 of their last 7. So they have improved. But I think when he had his meltdown, when he threw the chair, when the video comes out of him arguing with his athletic director, you start going, dude, you're going to lose your job, right? You probably go, okay, I'm going to lose my job here. Then you miss a flight because, well, where's Coach? Well, he's doing his radio show. He's going to meet us in whatever city. That's not good for team chemistry. It's not good for culture. And you probably go, hey, if I want to keep doing this, if I don't want to become a laughing stock, because Gottlieb takes a beating anyway.
That's Trav. He's not a laughing stock. And I think this is the right move to avoid getting, because it's the car's veering that direction.
Yes. I mean, could you imagine talking to Hendo or Ben Jacobson or Ben McCollum or TJ Otzelberger going, could you do a full-time radio show and coach at the same time? They'd look at you like you're crazy.
I put it in that perspective. Not a coach's show, not a join John Walters at Applebee's for a half hour, take calls from Tommy from Des Moines. Not that. Do a daily several hour sit down.
Well, I'm going to give you an
Think
example.
about Otts or
I'm going to give you an example of where a coach took a beating from a fan base. Matt Rule.
I was going to say that. I wondered about that.
Matt Rule started his podcast called House Rules.
Yep.
And it is I'm not saying you have to like Nebraska. It's a well-produced, it's a good-looking production. And during the middle of the season, he was coming out with like 2 or 3 episodes a week. And at first, they were winning, right?
Yeah.
And people are like, okay, look at it. This is great
cares.
for recruiting. And all of a sudden, they go on a losing streak. People are like, why don't you coach a little bit more than sit in your office and do podcasts? And that was just a podcast, which you could do at any time of the night. Fans don't like that stuff. Fans expect you to be dialed in, zeroed in on your team because they want to win. And if you're distracted, they're going to let you know about it. They're going to give you a hard time about it. And rightfully so. Because where are your priorities? If your priorities isn't getting us to wins, then are you the guy that needs to be running our program?
Right. That's why I asked when he started. It felt to me, I thought this was either year 2 or year 3. He made it longer than I thought he would. And I'm glad. I think that he's doing the right thing in trying to focus on if they gave him the ultimatum and said, you got to give up one or the other, or maybe he just decided, do you know the story? Did he just,
well, he says he's decided because I'm going to stop at the end of this week or I'm going to stop at the end of next week.
Oh, tomorrow. He's going to start the diet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, and I get what he's going through because he says it's hard. When you do this, we're going to let you guys in on a little secret. What we do is kind of a drug, right? I mean,
it's totally addictive.
It's totally addictive. Ross and I, there's a reason we do Thanksgiving Day. Well, there's a reason we do Christmas Day and all those things, right? If you're not going to do Christmas.
I do it because Travis asks me. Did you just say Christmas Day?
Why not? If you don't want to do Christmas Day, we can skip Christmas Day.
Well, kids are waking up with Aaron. But who's going to join? Come on, man. Christmas Day?
Yeah, but you and I can just have a conversation. It's just about you and me. We've set a precedent.
What precedent? We set the bar. What are we talking about?
I remember last year I was by myself, and because you'd been fired. I think Justin had just been fired, and I just went ahead. I did a Facebook show for like an hour and a half on my own. Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to get up and do a show. They're not going to let me on. They're not going to let me on KXNO. But
I
I'll
remember
go
this because I was watching it, and I remember sitting in my bed. I remember that. I was on bed, sitting there by myself. I was commenting.
I'm going to be up anyway. But yeah, I mean, it is. So he's like, I've been doing this 20 years. You stop doing it, you get, there is an adrenaline rush. I mean, you and I walk out the door every day like, oh man, did you see everybody? I mean, we're looking at Pat, we're looking at Burger McChick, we're looking at Rev, the Driftless Iowan. We're looking at everybody who comments, and you kind of thrive off that. So
and I are so different. It is wild to me. I agree with everything you just said. I don't want to make it sound like I don't, but
I know. It's my narcissism in me. I'm a narcissist. You're not. That might be the way to look at it.
I love that you know what you are. Because I don't. Other people have to tell me.
I mean, yeah, I'm a narcissist.
Like when people go, Ross, you're ignorant. I go, I don't know what that means.
Hey, at 7:30, our good buddy Bruno is going to be joining us. Just to let you know, Bruno's going to hop on. I do want to tell you the Iowa Hawkeyes are going to be playing at the Casey Center on Saturday, a 5 o'clock tip-off at the Casey Center. Tickets still available for the game against Bucknell. Go to HighBTix.com. That's HighBTix.com. If you want to prime yourself before the game, go to the Hawkeye Huddle. That's going to take place from 2 to 4 at the Community Choice Convention Center at the Iowa Event Center. It's a free event, but you do have to get registered. To register, go to the link available at the IowaEventCenter.com. But again, tickets available for the Iowa Bucknell game Saturday at the Casey Center. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High-quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
This December, unwrap big savings at Willis Chevrolet of Granger. We've got our largest inventory of vehicles ever. New, pre-owned, and now Car Bravo certified. The gifts keep coming with the season's most sought-after Chevys, the Trax, and the all-new Traverse, in stock right now and ready to drive home for the holidays. And don't miss the red tag sale with 0% APR financing on select models. It's a perfect time to slay your savings. Hurry into Willis Chevrolet of Granger or visit us online at willischevy.com.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, go ahead and give that channel a subscription. Subscribe. That's very simple. Give the video a like and also leave your comments in the comment section. And you can follow us on our social media channels. Do want to remind you that on The Rush, we talk winning, and nobody wins like Willis Automotive. From luxury to everyday dependability, Willis has the ride that fits your lifestyle. Stop by Willis in Des Moines and experience the Willis way. Exceptional service, unmatched selection, and people who truly care. Ross, I was just watching ESPN, and I got a little confused. There was a bowl game last night. Louisiana was playing Delaware.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought Michigan was playing. And I always, every time Delaware hops on television, you're like, it's Michigan. I mean, they have the maize in blue, and they have the Michigan helmet. And it's kind of confusing. You would think that Delaware would, like, change its uniform because, or does that work in their benefit to where, hey, we look like Michigan?
That's a good point. No, it doesn't work in their benefit.
And how are they able to do that? Look at all the lawsuits that have been filed over logos and copyright infringement. How does that work?
Looking at it right now, I mean, dude, it looks like a cheap version of the Michigan uniform. It looks like AI. It looks like AI Michigan uniform. You know what I mean? Where when you look at it close enough, you go, "Oh, that doesn't say." It doesn't. That's not Michigan. It kind of has a Rams. There's a little bit of a St. Louis Rams feel to it.
Yeah, but the uniform is almost exact. The helmet is about as the exact same that Michigan
the
had.
colors to me look more like those Kurt Warner Rams.
Okay.
But again, I'm kind of blind.
A little bit, just a little bit blind.
These glasses ain't just for the ladies. Okay.
Need a new prescription, maybe? Maybe go to the eye doctor?
What is that over there? What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
You got the progressives yet? Or do you
Dude,
have
I
the readers?
am at that age where I like get a menu, and especially if I'm wearing my contacts, and I get the menu and I have to go, okay, why do I see it better if I hold it down by my hip?
I do want to say
Helmets,
congratulations.
those helmets, dude. Those helmets look. If you put those side by side to a
you couldn't tell the difference.
It'd be
very hard.
It'd be very hard. I think there's a group of fans, 10% of fans, if you just said, I'm going to show you a helmet, and you showed them the Delaware helmet, 10% of fans would go, oh, that's the Michigan helmet.
10%? I think it's higher than that.
Think so?
Yeah. But I've been wrong before. But that just popped into my brain. I was watching highlights during the break. Big congratulations to Ben Jacobson and the UNI Panthers. They went on the road last night, open Valley play, beat Illinois Chicago 60-54. This was not an easy game. They jumped out to a 14-2 lead and then trailed at half and trailed a good portion of the second half before finally in the final 8 minutes or so tying the game up and going back and forth. There were 10 lead changes last night as the Panthers get their first Valley win, improved to 9-2 overall. Listen, and UIC is not a good basketball team. I get that. But anytime you can go on the road, capture a win, that's a big deal.
Travis, funny, you and I probably watched that game a little bit different because you do see it as a back-and-forth basketball game. UNI ends up winning comfortably. I mean, it's not it didn't walk away from the game by any stretch, but they what was final score you said was 6-7 point game?
60-54.
Okay, so 6-point game. Did you see the comment from Tyler right away, who I believe is a UNI fan, if I remember correctly from his previous comments? Such an ugly game.
And sometimes you got to win ugly. It happens.
Yeah, and they did. And that I kind of saw it the same way you just described it. Back and forth game, good game for UNI, good win for Jake and the crew because it's a Valley win on the road and you get things going in the right direction. But I think for a UNI fan, and Tyler's going through the emotions of it right now in the chat. I can't keep up on it, but that was funny to me how Tyler's first reaction is, man, ugly win.
I mean, they have a weird schedule here because, Drake is in action tonight. They're going to take on Murray State. Murray State is yet to lose at home. They're 5-0 at home. Drake's lost 2 in a row. But Drake is going back-to-back Valley games. They're going Murray State, and then they're going Evansville. Northern Iowa's got a weird schedule. They played Chicago last night. Then they hop on a plane to fly to California to take on St. Mary's. That'd be a hell of a game.
Yeah.
And then they play that on the 22nd, and then they take Christmas off, and then they're back home to play Valparaiso in Valley play. So they're not going back-to-back Valley games. They're going Valley game, non-con, clear out in California, then come back. Hey, guys, you get 2 or 3 days off for Christmas. Then you come back and play Valpo. That's a weird schedule setup for the Panthers. But I understand why you play that St. Mary's game because you want – now, Is it playing Kansas? Is it playing – no, but St. Mary's is in that West Coast Conference League where they're going to be right there with Gonzaga. So Jake's like, oh, we're going to go play that game because that could help us. If we get a win, that's going to help us later on.
Oh, man, my brain is foggy. What didn't he tell us something about that trip that they're like taking family with them out to California?
Might be, yeah.
For the Christmas break or something like that, or yeah.
And Tyler points out that that's a home and home, so they'll be coming to Cedar Falls next year. Nice. That's great, but still, just Chicago, California, Christmas, back home. I don't care who you are. You can be a traveling salesman. That's putting you through a lot.
Do the boys not take finals?
Oh, they all take finals. It's just set up differently now. When we had Coach Stepsis on, and even Coach Fenley, a lot of these students don't even step foot in a classroom anymore because everything is still offered online. And so you could probably take your tests online. It's so much different than when I went to college, where I had to show up at 8 a.m. for Western Civilization with Ralph Akermark at Grandview.
What a name. What a name.
One of my favorite teachers at Grandview, Ralph Akermark.
Ralph Akermark.
The fact that I still remember that from 1989 impresses me a little bit. Trying to think
Van and Bonnie had a thing. Van and Bonnie had a name Hall of Fame. I got my Van and Bonnie fan club hat around here somewhere. Where it's at.
There's like a Van and Bonnie fan. Does it say the Van and Bonnie fan club on it?
When we go to break, I'm gonna find it. I'll wear that hat for the Bruno segment.
Of course, you know, if you want to be a fan of the Rush Radio Show and you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and scan that QR code, and that'll take you right to our merch page where you can become a fan club member just by purchasing what Ross is wearing today, a Rush Radio sweatshirt. We have Rush Radio hats.
I love this thing. I
got an idea, you know, from my Italy trip, because I rewatched it the other day because it popped up on one of my feeds of my travel stories, and I think we're going to get a Rush Radio Walk with a Purpose shirt because people liked how I just
walk
described
with a purpose.
Why aren't you walking with a purpose?
Walk with a purpose.
With a purpose.
Say it with your chest.
Walk with a purpose.
Driftless Iowan, it says, Ross, have you conquered the Tractorcade? What I think you're referring to there, the Driftless Iowan, is the Mark and Gary's Great Iowa Tractor Ride, which I was a pivotal part of for about a decade. Indeed.
You look forward to that every year.
I loved the tractor ride. Loved it. It was camp.
Because you were there with your people.
It was summer camp, man. It was just a bunch of people having fun. Farmers are the best people. They are like the most fun people to sit and just chat with. They are so freaking smart and humble for the most part, but also it's this weird mix of like extreme confidence, extreme confidence, and humbleness and intelligence, and fun, especially in that environment. None of them were working. None of them were in the field. None of them. I mean, the most work they had to do was on their tractor, which, as anybody knows, is fun for a guy like that. It was just I loved the relationships I had there and the people that I knew through the tractor ride, and it was such an awesome community of people. It was summer camp.
I remember Ross would be doing the show. He's like, "Hey, I'm going away for a week. I'm going to do the tractor ride, just to let you know." And you look forward to it all the time.
It was a blast, man. It was a blast. And then, I mean, looking back on it now, it's very odd, but like a couple of years, because we were tight on budget at the old, the old house. And so it was, we would share rooms. So I shared a room with a guy by the name of Scott Bland for a while, who was one of the sales guys for WHO. And now he actually works for Willis now. Is
that right?
He retired and works for Willis. Like a kid, we would laugh ourselves silly to sleep. Sure, it was, looking back on it, it's like we were 30 years old doing that. He was 50. But we always had at least.
How could the radio station not afford 2 rooms for us?
We had at least a queen bed, so it was always.
Those aren't pillows.
How about those bears?
Oh, man. Hey, we talked about Bitcoin mining, blockchains earlier in the show. Don't ask why. We just did. If you want to see it, go back and watch. Have you, and this is becoming big in sports, it's becoming big in politics, it's become big in everything. Have you followed, like, the prediction markets?
No, I don't. I hear about them often, Travis. A lot of podcasts I listen to talk about them or mention them. No. Can you I'll follow your lead.
One, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right, or the Kalshi prediction market. They're like the leaders in this thing, to where you can go on there and basically hedge a bet. Say, hey, I'm going to bet that somebody is going to do something stupid, or somebody's going to, just whatever. Well, it's not regulated. It's not really considered gambling. Everybody's trying to figure out what this stuff is. They found a loophole, right? It's like before gambling became legal, DraftKings, you could go on and win money playing fantasy sports, but DraftKings and FanDuel, they were just gearing up for when they could launch their own sports book. These guys do prediction markets.
Okay.
Yesterday, they self-certified with, I guess, some sort of regulators that you can now hedge a bet or make a prediction on what players are going to go into the transfer portal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The NCAA has come down and they're pissed. They are pissed because they're like, you shouldn't be able to do this. And to be fair, they've only self-certified. The market isn't out there yet. So they're not
Explain to me, what does it, what they've self-certified. What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe they certify themselves. I don't know. They're just letting people know, hey, we have the option to do this whenever we want. Because it's not like a regulated thing. You're basically going, hey, what?
You're asking your buddy. You're betting with your buddies, but it's on the internet. And I'm not saying it's your friend. I understand that you're betting with, but it's a market. It's these guys have created a market because I pulled it up and like one of their top one right now is you can bet on whether or not a House bill is going to pass.
Yeah, it's like, is it going to work or is it not going to work?
Futures bets on whether or not you think things are going to happen. That's kind of cool. I have no problem with it. The NCAA says they can't do that now. Okay, I can immediately understand the manipulation. What am I looking for? Tampering.
Absolutely,
that would happen here. Where if because again, Travis, I know nothing about this. People are trading. Betting real dollars and winning and losing real dollars on this, right?
Yeah. But it's not considered betting, and it's not regulated.
My knee-jerk reaction is the same as fake Bob Vanderplots. NCAA is just mad they aren't getting a cut.
Probably.
And then Frankie says, sorry, my buttons are right, that you can trade them as well. So you can own a futures bet and then trade it. Okay.
So, Frankie, are you on there doing the futures? And this guy was like on CBS Sunday Morning the other day or a couple weeks ago. They were talking about the prediction market. You could probably predict if somebody's going to die.
I'm on Kalshi right now. Who will be the next permanent head coach of the Michigan football team? Who do you think is the leader right now?
The leader is Dillingham from Arizona State.
He is. He is up at 31%. Jed Fish is second. At 14, Kalen DeBoer. So you can this is very interesting, Travis. You can buy Kalen DeBoer at yes for 12 cents right now. So let's say that Kenny Dillingham signs a 10-year extension at Arizona State, right? And then all of a sudden, Kalen DeBoer becomes the favorite, and he's at 80%. Now your 12, whatever you bought Kalen DeBoer at for 12 cents, however much you invested there is.
See, I don't know how the math works. I'm bad at math. I don't understand how any of this works.
I'm bad at gambling and markets and stuff like this. I don't.
But 12 cents doesn't seem like that much money.
This shows what. This is a group think, a group collective think. Yeah.
It's big.
Very cool.
Yeah, because I would bet that your percentage goes on what people are. If people are buying Kenny Dillingham, they're probably like, well, let's move him up.
Another top one, college football championship winner. Top three teams, of course, are Ohio State, Indiana, and Georgia. Ohio State's at 30%. Indiana at 21%, and Georgia at 17%.
What can I buy Georgia for?
Right now, Georgia's yes is 17 cents. Ohio State's yes is 30 cents.
Now, can you buy like multiple yeses?
I don't.
Ryan says, somebody catch me up on this topic. I don't know much about the topic. All I know is that they put it out there that they may in the future put out there a prediction that who's going to go into the transfer portal. The NCAA is all upset about it. But the prediction market has been around for, I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years. It's a form of gambling without being regulated without having to go through, checks and balances maybe.
This is wild. There's a lot of really cool stuff on here, Trav. I'm glad you showed me this. Never heard of the Kalshi prediction markets. Like them.
But isn't life a prediction? Right. I mean, we're all doing prediction. I mean, we really are.
You can bet on whether or not marijuana is going to be rescheduled. Have you heard about that? Thinking about rescheduling marijuana to a class 2 or 2. I don't know. I'll let Ray fill us in. I don't understand the details. You can bet on who's going to win Oscars. What's going to this is pretty cool. Will it rain in LA this month?
That's really I mean,
I promise I will. So there's one about Bitcoin, because we talked about Bitcoin earlier today, about how, again, most of today's show is about what we don't know.
Isn't that every day on this show, what we don't know?
This one is, how low will Bitcoin go? How low will Bitcoin go this year, before the end of the calendar year? Interesting. There's dozens of different things here. This is really neat.
I think dude from Iowa is on here a lot, because he says, odds change daily, and so does the value of the security that you hold. That's interesting that you're calling it a security. And he says you can cash out at any time. Dude, you must be on the Kalshi prediction market.
I think that's cool. I have no problem with it. I think it's neat.
Another prediction on there might be, who's going to be the new Ohio football coach. After one season, Brian Smith has been fired with cause for what the university says serious professional misconduct. Now, he was benched or suspended on December 1st. Here we are on December 18th. He was fired yesterday. This was kept pretty low on a national scene, right? It wasn't like Sharon Moore where you're like, crap. Now, Smith has come back and said, I'm fighting this. That, Sharon Moore's not trying to get his job back. Sharon Moore's not saying, because Sharon Moore, hell, he's still sitting in jail. He's not getting it when he got arrested. Brian Smith is saying, I'm going to fight this, because he's got $2.5 million sitting there that he may not get.
Travis, I guess I don't know. What was the story? What do we know the story of why?
They're not saying what he did. All they said is, and now what you got is people probably all over the country digging to find out what exactly serious professional misconduct is.
Yeah.
But with right after the Sharon Moore thing, what do you automatically think? Oh, you're sleeping with a staffer.
Or something.
That's where your brain goes.
Right.
Where your brain goes. Of course, Ohio finished 8-4. They're going to play in the Scooters Frisco Bowl coming up.
You could have. It was like last night when you said that there were games last night. You're like, yeah, Louisiana and Delaware played.
I don't care about the games until tomorrow night.
What was the name of the bowl game? Do you know what the name of the Louisiana Delaware? What were the two bowl games that played last night?
I have no clue what the two bowl games were last night. Zero clue.
Louisiana and Delaware was your nightcap in the 68 Ventures Bowl.
68 Ventures?
That's what I said. And Old Dominion and South Florida got the night started. Old Dominion beat USF 24-10 in the Staff DNA Cure Bowl.
Never have no clue what that is. Zero clue.
Well, tonight you're gonna. We all know this one. Missouri State and Arkansas State will kick off at 8:00 on ESPN2, live from the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, in the Xbox Bowl.
I didn't know Xbox had a bowl. They should just play that game on EA
on
Sports.
Xbox?
Yeah, on Xbox. Say, hey, everybody get in here. We're going to put it on the big screens.
I would only imagine there are lots of different simulations available to. I would imagine that's a big part of it. I bet each one of those players from Missouri State and Arkansas State is getting an Xbox.
Yeah. You all may not have NIL deals, but you're all getting an Xbox. That would be cool, though.
That's the only bowl game tonight, by the way.
And then tomorrow, the playoffs. The one playoff game.
Tomorrow night, we get one playoff game. Yep, there's a couple other bowl games. Tomorrow morning, Kennesaw State and Western Michigan at 10 a.m. They kick off in Conway, South Carolina in the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
When I go to Myrtle Beach, I don't want to go to a college football game. I want to go to said beach.
10 a.m. It's basically 11 a.m. in Myrtle Beach.
And Cubs man says, and I don't disagree, this shows there should be a group of 5 tournament. You have the Power 4 to playoff, and then you have a group of 5 tournament. You can have a different national title. It's not that hard. Just watch James Madison in Oregon this weekend and tell me if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I hope James Madison puts the belt to ass on Saturday night. 35-3.
Do you think that's really going to happen? Do you think Tulane's going to touch Ole Miss? Because I don't.
Tulane just woodsheds, boat races Ole Miss.
Damn. Not going to happen.
No, it's not.
At least I don't think it's going to happen. 515-517-2303 is the number to call.
Hey, did you see the Knicks aren't going to raise a banner for your NBA Cup championship?
First team not to raise a banner. The Bucks have raised a banner. The Lakers have raised a banner. The Knicks have said, yeah, we're not raising a banner. We'll celebrate it, but we're not going to raise a banner at Madison Square Garden.
Good on them.
No kidding.
I hadn't even thought about the arena part of that equation either.
Hey, don't forget, tomorrow, we want you to start planning now to call the show. Let us know what your Iowa Lottery weekly woo-hoo is. Because the Iowa Lottery is celebrating the holidays with a gift that keeps on winning promotion, and you can win some scratch tickets to go along with it. So it's the woo-hoo and a package worth $90. Scratch, match, and win tickets. All and play it again tickets, 2 Instaplay tickets. Have fun with us. The weekly woohoo from the Iowa Lottery. It's tomorrow on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
House wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Hi, I'm Sean McFarland, Service Manager here at Mini of Des Moines. If you're looking for the perfect gift for your Mini this season, you won't find it under the Christmas tree. What your Mini really wants this holiday season is preventative maintenance. Stop in today so we can make sure your coolant or fuel system are in tip-top order for this holiday season. Please give us a call to schedule your appointment or visit us online at miniofdesmoines.com.
fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know, high quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
Hi everyone, it's Marion with Willis. Christmas is coming up and that means traveling to see your family. You can't see your family if you can't see the road, and you can't see the road with old wiper blades. So come on down to Willis to get $10 off a set of wiper blades with the purchase of an oil change for the whole month of December. Give us a call or schedule online at willisvolvocars.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show. Happy Thursday, everybody. Of course, Thursdays means we're thirsty. Thirsty Thursday. Thirsty Thursday? Thirsty Thursday or Thirsty Thursday? I can't spit it out, Ross. Yeah.
I think all of them are creek, crick, all of that.
Creek, crick.
But nobody says tomato, which is always how'd that become the phrase when there's so many other options for people to say? And nobody says potato either. But people say crick and creek.
And they say Washington and Washington.
Yes, they do.
They say Indianola instead of Indianola.
What was that? I'm sorry, what was the first one?
Indianola.
Indianola, yeah. Fort Dodge. A lot of people say Fort Dodge. Missouri.
It is called clamato juice, not clamato juice.
See, I wouldn't have known that.
It's not chlamydia juice?
That's a whole nother thing.
Frankie says, who the hell says creek? People who are correct, Frankie?
I thought you were going to say Frankie says relax.
Don't do it.
That's right.
Bruno came with a fun game.
Well, I got an update for you, and I think Travis has been out of the loop on this one, maybe.
Okay.
But the liquor store, or the shelter has raised, now it's at $250,000 for the raccoon.
Oh,
incident.
Trav's been out of the loop on this.
I'm out of the loop on this. Fill me in. I have no idea what we're doing.
Dude,
here.
this is fantastic.
A raccoon got into a liquor store, got drunk, passed out in the bathroom, and the liquor store had to call animal control to get it out of there. Since then, the animal control has raised $250,000 in T-shirts and other things on drunk raccoon merchandise or whatever. Just kind of crazy.
We got to get Corey from Bats and Bugs on here to see if he's ever had to do something like that where you get called to a liquor store and you're like, you got a drunk. That's impressive. What did the raccoon drink? Whiskey?
I don't know. It looked like a mess there. Whatever it could get its hands on, its little paws on.
I'm amazed it didn't die. But anyway, yeah, they turned it into a fundraising thing. I thought when Bruno first told us the story, it was going to be like a save the raccoon type of, but the rescue just did a great job of turning it into something and making.
Yeah, my guess is that raccoon's back out in the wild, but
yeah,
Yeah, and looking for some bourbon is like, okay, where do I get bourbon, tequila,
Telling
vodka?
telling stories that none of his raccoon friends believe.
So you want to hear a story that I've always kind of known a little bit of the story, but the basics, but there's some more to the story. This is a little bit, indulge me. No man's a failure who has friends. You know that line, right?
Okay.
That's in the book Huckleberry Finn.
Why do you got to call me a failure?
Well, I'm talking about. Well, sorry, I know you're friendless. You're. Isn't that what? Have we talked about that before? The home of the friendless kids or whatever. Anyway, it's a Wonderful Life. It's the idea. He wrote it in the book that Clarence the Angel wrote it. No man is a failure. But here's a story I didn't know. 1946, actor Jimmy Stewart looked like hell. He was 38, but could have passed for 50. Gaunt, weathered, prematurely aged. He has spent the last 5 years in the cockpit of a B-22 Liberator, flying bombing missions over Germany, watched his friends die, making decisions that either saved lives or cost them. He didn't come home. He came home with nightmares that he couldn't shake and weight he couldn't gain back. Acting felt pointless to him now. Before the war, Stewart had been one of the Hollywood's biggest stars, the charming everyman. Standing in front of the camera and pretending to seem silly and decent even at that time, he seriously considered going home to live or to work at his family's hardware store in Pennsylvania, which is just crazy. So this guy basically has PTSD. He's basically, he was an actor, but it just seemed cheap and silly now.
It would after flying World War II bombing missions, right? You'd be like, what am I doing here?
Super accurate. The greatest gift was a short story that Frank Capra decided he might give a shot, and it was giving a man his dreams to help others. He felt like a failure who stood up on a bridge on Christmas Eve. The story, wondering if anyone would even miss him if he was ever gone. Stewart agreed to do the film, but thought it might be his last. On the set, he struggled with things, and he used to be easy, remembering lines, hitting marks, his hearing, which is interesting, was going from all the hours of loud bombers. In the scene, his character breaks down in front of his family. Capra and crew realized they were watching Stewart's real-life pain and what now we would call PTSD captured on film. Which is quite amazing when you watch it, because it's like, man, this guy's a good actor, but he was kind of losing it.
Didn't they used to call that shell shock? Before it was
PTSD,
didn't they call it shell shock?
And then they called it soldier's heart. They've called it a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it's a real thing.
George Carlin does a bit about how it's the different names of it. It's the same thing. Battle fatigue. They've had different names for it. Man,
you piqued my interest here when you said that he looked. He was in his 30s, but he looked like he was 50. Have you seen those pictures of like Carol O'Connor when he was on All in the Family? He was like 48 years old.
I know
Wilford
that.
Brimley.
Like old yearbooks.
Yeah.
Old yearbooks when people are seniors look like they were like in their 30s.
Yes. But there's one like Wilford Brimley when he did Cocoon was like 50 years old, and he was like a grandpa playing like an 80-year-old.
But
people today look younger.
But when we were kids, those people were older, so they also seemed older to us at the time,
Yeah, but you can go back now and look at pictures of your grandparents when they're like, when you were really young, and they're like our age now, and you're like, oh, I look younger than you did. You looked old then, and I thought you were like in your 80s then. You're like 55.
Even you see pictures from the 80s now where it's like what a 45-year-old looked like in the 80s. And you're like, I don't look like that.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
do we?
Here's a fun one,
a little
guys.
bit old. Well, I don't look like I'm 35. I can tell you that.
No, you don't.
No,
you don't.
No, you look like you're 15. No. Here's a fun one about It's a Wonderful Life. You and I only know about that movie.
Well, you didn't let me finish my story.
Oh, go. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Well, in 46, so this year on Saturday, it'll be the 79th year of its release.
Wow.
It bombed. It survived. they had, the Americans had survived a brutal war. They wanted escapism, not a movie about a suicidal man contemplating jumping off a bridge. It was a real downer, right?
Yeah.
Went away. The result was different for Stewart. He went on to do well. But It's a Wonderful Life, for nearly 3 decades, it was just forgotten flop. But in 1974, to your point, in what was only described as a clerical miracle, Republic Films failed to renew their film's copyright. The movie fell in the public domain. Suddenly, any TV station could air it for free.
But think about it, 1974. See, Bruno's just reading the information. I could recite this stuff to you.
Today, now accurate. It's considered one of the top 100 films of all time. And people started recording it and sharing it, and then it became a bigger deal. But here's the deal: the reason, and this is a thought for the Christmas season, getting together with family, making sure friendships endure. And the reason it's one of the best movies of all time, but the reason it really resonates, I think, and this is what this is Bill Murphy Jr.'s words. Remember the movie Message. Remember, no man is a failure who has friends. That's also coincides with the Harvard study. Have you heard of the Harvard study? Where they've studied Harvard kids, followed people for nearly 90 years to understand what makes people happy and healthy. And the main thing that they've said, the Harvard folks have said over that 90-year study, Dr. Robert Waldinger says, is it simply, put simply, good relationship keep us happier, healthier, period. If you have good relationships, if you have good friendships, you and
Makes
George
sense.
Bailey can be friends or can be happy. And happiness is, I think that's I love that movie, by the way, but I just thought it was interesting that I didn't know that Stewart was basically at his wit's end and about ready to not be an actor anymore.
So is there one movie, and you can only pick one, is there one movie each of you guys watch with the family every single Christmas? It can only be one movie, one that you never, ever miss.
Yeah, I've got one that I haven't watched yet this year, and it's the first one that I want to sit down and watch every year, and that is Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Christmas Vacation's already watched this year, and yes, we watched that one. We always watch Uncle Buck at Thanksgiving, though. We also watch Home Alone, though.
Oh, Home Alone's a good one.
Christmas Vacation.
Mine is The Family Stone,
which I'm going to watch that this year, Travis. I've told you that every year for 13 years, but I'm going to watch it this year.
We all watched it together in Italy together. So ours is The Family Stone, and that's the one. Craig T. Nelson is in that. Diane Keaton is in that.
But their families, it's a bit dysfunctional, right?
Absolutely dysfunctional.
See, it's hard for me to get into those, man.
See, it's not
Have
for
you
me.
seen
I know.
One of my favorites, but it's always I can't usually find it. Trapped in Paradise.
No.
Trapped in Paradise is Dana Carvey and Nicolas Cage is the main actor. Dana Carvey, John Lovitz. It is so awesome. It's these guys who try to rob this town, but then get snowed in and end up getting taken in by the town's banker and the mayor and and it's just super good. And it's like Dana Carvey and John Lovitz at the height of their careers as far as comedy.
Trapped
I always thought
in
that
Paradise.
was good. Thing's great.
We do have Christmas Eve and Christmas next week. Are any of you the full court press establishments open on those days?
So yes, public address announcement here, public service announcement. Open Christmas Eve, the Empire, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Iowa Tap Room, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Royal Mile, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bar open till 5. Truman's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Bar only. I think that's for sure. That's a definite. I don't know if other places are open. I'm guessing they may not be. And then open New Year's Day, Buzzer Billy's, The Chicken, and Truman's. There was some debate if we'd be on next week, or I'd be on, but I don't know if that's.
There's a debate about whether we'll be on next week.
That's what I mean.
There's a debate whether or not Ross will be on next week.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing our thing. I saw Ross. You sent that video of the Krampish Christmas. The Krampus Kris Kringle, which I think is pretty awesome.
Took Audrey and her friend Frankie down to Hessen House. Dude, Bruno. That is one of the most underrated meals in Des Moines. I had a
Hessen House?
fantastic meal at Hessen House. It was so I went down. I wanted to, once I saw the menu, I wanted to show the girls like German potato salad. Audrey didn't know what sauerkraut was. Like, man,
that's a parental that's your fault, not her fault.
Thanks, Travis.
If you've never exposed her to sauerkraut.
Thank you. So you know what I did? I exposed her to sauerkraut.
Did she like sauerkraut?
She did not like sauerkraut. She also didn't like the pickled cabbage. You know what I loved? The German potato salad.
Absolutely.
The sauerkraut. the pickled cabbage.
I will say this, the Hessen House and the Royal Mile have some amazing food. We don't do fine dining, but those two places have some pretty good menu items.
See, man, I tell people about the tap room all the time. Also, like the other day, a guy asked me, he's like, "I want to have a really nice meal in Des Moines. Where do I go?" And that was one of the places I gave him.
So Bruno, our Scareway Cancer winners who purchased the Des Moines date night, they went to Bert Kreischer, but it came with gift cards to the full court. They loved Hessen House. Loved Hessen House. Loved the tap room. They went to Fong's. They enjoyed that. They probably weren't into the crab rangoon pizza as much as other people, but he goes, we tried it because that's what you're supposed to try. And they went to Buzzard Billy's too. So they had a great time, and they really raved about the tap room in the Hessen House. They really enjoyed those two.
Well, we focus on food. I was just in a meeting on Monday where we are deciding I think we're going to get new cheese for Fong's, which is the biggest ingredient in a pizza. And my thoughts is you're making a cheese pizza. You're relying entirely on ingredients and a good crust. But if you don't have, and we're also looking at new sauces, if you don't have a really good sauce and a really good cheese, it's just for kids. But if you can make it taste really good, you can make an amazing pizza that all you do is just use different ingredients. So we're upping our game there. We're taking something that's really great and making it better at Fong's. But places like that, like all of our places, we focus on food. And here's the thing. This is a question I have for you, Travis, is tell me the difference between is there a 3 times difference in a bottle of $50 or $40 wine and a bottle of $120?
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
Not at all.
The only difference is you spent more money, and that's my proposition to everyone listening, is you can go out and spend 3 or 4 times as much money as you would than our places, but I don't think you're going to get it 3 to 4 times. I don't even think you're going to get half as good or twice as good or 50% better.
I've had $8, $9 bottles of wine that I thought were better than a $120 bottle of wine that I've had.
Well, and see, I think that's where the magic happens. I talk about those bottom shelf liquors, those bourbons I love the screw cap with plastic. The fun is finding the one that the value is so much further, so much better than the price paid. And that's how I feel about when we do stuff. I'm actually working on El Bay Chop, and we're lowering the prices of our beer or adjusting it and making sure that it's a fair price. And it is because of the economy right now and people are looking for a deal, but it's also, we've always strived to be the, one customer 1,000 times, not 1,000 customers once. We want you to be able to think you can come to our place 2, 3, 4 times a week because it's good, but it's also convenient, and that you couldn't go to the grocery store and replicate what we've done at the same price. So that's a big thing for me this coming year. It's always been a big thing. We've always sold stuff at a reasonable price. I was out somewhere recently, and they had nearly $20 burger and fries, which is no different than the burger and fries that I would sell at our places for $14. I just I don't get it. I get it in some ways. Their expenses that they can't control are too high. Maybe their rent, maybe their mortgage, maybe their, whatever, but that's not how we do it. And
let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend. Should we?
God.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, he comes on every day now at 7:50.
I don't mean
just
I
to
hate
annoy
Justin
us.
coming on. I mean I hate the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, I'm none of those things.
The grand
I guess I am
the
a man.
grand
I'm a man.
Pumbaa of.
I was going to say the man is a little bit of a stretch. He's just a boy.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy.
Man.
By the way, I was in Florence last week or a week and a half ago, and I just learned this. There was they took us to the building where Pinocchio was written, and they're like, "Hey, Pinocchio was written here," and there was a little plaque on the building that says, "This is where Pinocchio was written."
That's actually
you
pretty
guys,
cool.
that really motivated you. Guys. Really intrigued you.
I'm glad Justin jumped in because I was going to go neat.
Okay,
It's like, and it's not a lie.
I see what you did.
Did you get like
Justin-
a Pinocchio shirt or anything?
No, I didn't get a
Picture in
Pinocchio
front of the
shirt.
plaque.
They
No.
should sell shirts that say Pinocchio was written here and it has an arrow. Justin, what did we screw up today?
You lied. Ross lied to everyone. He said that during the break he would go and grab his Van and Bonnie fan club hat and never did. So fake fan. Fake fan. Probably anyone can just say they're a part of a fan club, but so
Do I have
Ross
time?
lied.
Okay, all right. Once Justin's done with his little shtick here, I'm gonna go and grab it because I think I know right where it is. I forgot to. I knew I was something. I knew there was something I was supposed to do.
Speaking of what Justin just said on a fan club, and I'll get a little soccer in before the end of the year. One of my partners, this guy's like, so Manchester City had just won English Premier League, and my partner, he didn't like when people like, oh, look, I like your brand new shirt you just got, your brand new whatever, you know. He'd do that to people whenever like somebody won the Super Bowl or whatever. This guy goes, yeah, I like your brand new Manchester City. You must be a longtime fan. And the guy pulled down the emblem off of it. He pulled the shirt down and pulled the emblem down, and its tattoo was right underneath the emblem that was on his shirt. It's like, oh yeah, I guess you are.
Dedication. He's gonna
So
go.
Ross could have shown his Van and
Ross
Bonnie
just got out.
tattoo.
He didn't. It would have been funny just to watch him walk around the room. He didn't need to get out of the studio.
I know he's gonna miss a good one that I found for you guys, because you guys were talking about how like people from the '80s look a lot older than what their age was.
Bruno brought that up with Jimmy Stewart.
So the Golden Girls,
Yeah.
the actresses were 63. Blanche, the actress that played Blanche, was the youngest at 52.
The oldest lady, the grandma, the mom of the lady of B. Arthur was actually the youngest. Estelle Getty.
Estelle Getty. She was 63.
So Betty White, B. Arthur were both 63, and then Rue McCallaghan was 52.
Okay, but how old was Estelle Getty then? Because she
So
was
it just showed me the three main Golden Girls. But that means for today, if they were to remake it, Demi Moore, Sandra Bullock, Cameron Diaz, and Sofia Vergara could all be part of the Golden Girls.
Wow.
That's
wow.
Wouldn't that be a crazy twist? That'd be a crazy Golden Girls.
They don't seem
Did you
probably
hear that,
golden.
Ross?
Oh, look.
I heard Sofia Vergara and I got excited. What was that? What? Who would be the Golden Girls right now, Justin, if they redid it?
No. This would be the age. So this is okay. Here they are.
Demi Moore, Sandra Bullock, Cameron Diaz, and Sofia Vergara could all play the Golden Girls.
Isn't that wild? It's so funny to hear stuff like that. Like, I think about that with music. Like I'm listening to KIOA the other day, right? And they're playing stuff from the early 80s. I'm listening to Take On Me and songs like that. And I'm like, yeah, this is cool. When I was a kid in the late 80s, KIOA played the oldies. And what the oldies were from the 50s and 60s. And even sometimes you'd get a song that was the early 70s that would sneak onto KIOA. So
That's
late
why we have
80s,
craft beer at the High Life. I heard Pearl Jam one day on KIOA. I'm not kidding you. A couple years ago, I'm like, well, then let's put the new oldies, the classic craft beers, up on the wall at the High Life.
I did the math in my head as I'm listening to this 80s song. I'm like, wait a minute. If Audrey listens to this song is 40 years old.
There you go.
That would have been like me in the 80s listening to a song from the 40s.
I know, and they didn't have that old of music on KIOA.
No.
I heard on
one thing about time that we got to be very much aware of, and I don't want to forget to say this, is don't forget New Year's Eve. The ball drops in Germany at 5 p.m. For New Year's Eve at the Hessen House, and 6 p.m. at the Royal Mile. London rings in the New Year, and we'll have the Iowa Pipes and Drums and all the fun things that happen on 4th Street between the Hessen and the Royal Mile for New Year's Eve. So mark your calendars. Always a good time. And you can still go out and enjoy New Year's Eve if you want to do the old school till midnight thing, but I'll be fast asleep by then.
Justin, you
Thanks,
just gave me an
Bruno.
idea with that with that Golden Girls thing. You should make a TikTok and put that on our TikTok because that would get all insane views to put that.
I thought you were going to say you were going to make kind of your own Chat GPT
Yeah, I should do
script
an AI
about this
version where you drop those
Golden
ladies
Girls
in.
with Sofia Vergara. Because I'm
No,
seeing
I'm
in the
just-
chat a lot of people would use your OnlyFans account for that.
Listen, I have an OnlyFans account to do dirty work for friends. That's all it is. To do dirty work for friends as a private investigator work. That's the only reason I have an OnlyFans account.
Did you guys see? Did you guys see this one that Irish Hawk put up? If they did Back to the Future equivalent today, the DeLorean would go back to 1995.
I did see that. Oh man, that's crazy. We're getting old, guys. We're
We
getting
are old, buddy. We ain't
That's
getting there.
a good point.
Justin, welcome to the club.
Bruno, thanks so much for your time, buddy. Have a Merry
You bet.
Christmas, by the way.
Merry
We'll-
Christmas.
Keep up all the
Happy
good
New
work,
Year.
bud. See you,
Yes.
Justin. Talk to you soon.
You
See
bet.
you guys
Take
later.
care.
It is-
You bet.
Let's take him out.
Yeah,
Let's take him
whatever,
out.
yeah, sure,
All
whatever.
right, buddy. You got plans today?
Get after it, man. Got more stuff to
Good.
do. Finish up Christmas shopping, hopefully, because we're a week out, and I got some meters to go before the finish line.
All right, we're back tomorrow at 6 a.m. We'll talk about the college football playoff game tomorrow night. I think Tyler Kluver is going to jump on with us, and we'll just have fun with whatever we do. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
I'm loving these wooden nickels, Brian.
Yeah, I suppose everyone is catching on.
Just spend $20 to get a wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings on your next purchase.
Some of these are worth $5. That could be huge.
I know, right? That's why you have to spend $20.
It's 25.
Collect 10. It's like money back to you.
Spend 20, you get another wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings. It's huge.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
It's huge.
With the holiday season approaching quickly and winter weather on the way, now is a great time to get your car serviced at Lexus. Hi, I'm Josh Romick, Service Manager at Willis Lexus. I want you to take advantage of our winter service event, which is $100 off a set of 4 tires, $65 off of batteries, $25 off of brake pads, $10 off of wiper blades, and if you buy them all together, it's an additional $50 off. Give us a call to schedule or visit us online at willislexus.com. Thank you for watching and happy holidays.
Get ready, Des Moines. College basketball is heating up at Casey Center. On December 20th, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Bucknell Bison in a non-conference showdown you won't want to miss. Presented by Casey's. Feel the action. Hear the roar. Be there as the new-look Hawkeyes bring the intensity to the capital city. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at HyVTix.com and be part of the excitement on December 20th. Iowa versus Bucknell, presented by Casey's. December 20th, only at Casey Center. Be there.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with the chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.